What's going on, guys? Duane here with Duane TV. Actually, that's a new name for this channel. It's going to be called Duane TV because we're going to be talking about basically whatever I want to talk about. This video is a channel update. It says channel update 2024, but I've actually started to make the transition already. I changed the channel banner on this channel. I changed the name of this channel. So moving forward, this channel will be, it'll still be about credit and credit cards, but I will also include videos about investing in the stock market, particularly my investment journey, not telling you what you should be doing with your money, but sharing with you what I'm doing with my money. I will also be talking about Uber, driving Uber here in Houston. And then I will have the occasional random video that, will kind of be about whatever I want to talk about. Probably more than likely, I will be sharing my journey in regards to just trying to maintain a healthy life and have a positive mindset. And so, like I said, the video is titled Channel Update 2024. So for the people that have subscribed up until this point, once again, the videos that will be uploaded on this channel from here moving forward is going to be about credit cards, stock market, driving Uber, and whatever other random, amazing plethora of positivity I want to discuss with you guys. So the reason why I decided to do that was because I have several different YouTube channels. Actually, I probably have over 10 channels, but as far as channels that are getting my energy, there were 3 channels that was getting my energy. And so I decided, you know what, instead of doing that, because I just started my Uber channel, and of course I have to get monetized and so on and so forth. So I said, you know what, instead of doing that and keeping the channels separate, right? Because people say you should have a specific topic that you talk about on one channel, and so I kind of thought about this for quite some time, and I just came up with the conclusion that, like, you know what, I need to just put all my videos on the same channel. Like, this channel is already monetized, and so it's not like I was uploading a lot of content here on this channel. So I said, you know what, I'm just going to put everything on one channel, and this channel will just kind of be about anything that I want to talk about. And for me, that's not an easy decision to make, but at the same time, having to get my Uber channel monetized just doesn't seem to make sense, because I already have 2 channels that are monetized. I have my stock market channel, then I have this channel. So doing another channel, to do 50 videos before I can make 1 cent on those videos just doesn't make a lot of sense. So yeah, we'll be making a lot of different content, and I hope that you guys will appreciate that. I hope that you guys will find some value, because I definitely take it important. I take it very serious to provide and bring value to you guys. As a matter of fact, talking about providing and bringing value, please go ahead and smash the thumbs up in this video if you're watching. There are 18 people watching the video right now, all of which I'm grateful for. So go ahead and smash the thumbs up. It helps this channel and this video in particular. So hopefully you guys will bear with me, because the other videos that I will be making will more than likely have to do with, like, me trying to get into a good space physically and trying to encourage you guys. I'm actually in a great space now physically, but of course it's been a long journey. And so I just want to share my experiences and just also share me being consistent, because I know that it helps to see somebody be consistent. And so I do a lot of listening to mindset stuff. I normally listen to mindset stuff like every day, and it's incredible how doing that over the years eventually has changed the way I think about things and the way I see things. If I were to flash back to like 2010, Of course, I'm listening to mindset stuff in 2010, but my life was a lot more difficult. And when you're going through something, it's hard to not be consumed by that thing, especially if you're in the darkness. If you're in a dark room, it's hard not to be consumed by that. You have to double, maybe even triple, quadruple your efforts to get positivity inside so that all you see is not darkness. So this is very important. And one of the reasons I decided to do this live stream right now on this particular day is because I wanted to start the journey. I don't need to wait until 2024 to start the journey. I mean, it's December. 2024 is literally right around the corner. And so today is December the 4th. And today's a very, very special day. Right before this live stream, I just got off of a family Zoom call, and my grandmother is celebrating her 98th birthday today. And when I tell you one of a kind, they don't make them like this anymore. Like, I love that woman. That is my strongest, best role model of a human being that I actually know in my life can reach out and touch her. You know what I mean? So it's an honor. It's an honor to have a woman like that in my life, and that she's lived 98 years. And so I wanted to start this journey on this day, and I want to remember that because, you know, this day is important to me and she's not going to be here forever. So it's imperative that I start this journey today. And like I said, hopefully you guys will go along with me for the ride. Of course, if you have any questions or concerns or whatever, you know, you can ask. This is a live stream, so definitely feel free to ask any questions or share anything that you guys would like to. This will be an interesting journey just because a lot of people are subscribed to the channel initially because of the credit stuff. However, you know, I think the average human being can appreciate the things that I will be bringing to the table. You know, if there's a video that you don't want to watch, you know, clearly, you know, you can not watch it, right? I mean, because that's the beauty of having choice. But I would love the support, and you know, certainly watching some of those videos, hopefully you will find value. I mean, that's kind of the purpose of me making these videos. I'm not just making these videos for no reason. I'm making it because I do have this platform. It is a way for me to express myself, even though I don't think about it that way. I don't think about it as me expressing myself, but it's a way to express and share with other people the things that are possible. I know that for the longest time, I would talk about wanting to be more healthy, talk about wanting to be more positive. Actually, one of the things that's very interesting is the fact that I used to say, I want to be a better man, or I want to be a better this or a better that. And the beauty in that is if I take actions daily, you know, or if I'm just deliberate or aware, there will come a time where I'm exactly that. I'm a better person and I'm a better man. But it doesn't happen on accident, and it doesn't happen without deliberate and intentional actions. So, you know, I just want to encourage you guys in that way, and I will be sharing my own journey in regards to that, as well as the hard work. You know, I've been very diligent and consistent about about working hard. I mean, of course, I'm not always working hard, right? Because I am human, but I've been very consistent about taking care of my health, because that's like super important to me. And, you know, that's something that I think a lot of us should pay more attention to. You know, I mean, there is your physical health, there is your mental health, there's your spiritual health. Dare I say, there's even your financial health. So, you know, I'm trying to do as many of those as I can. Of course, you know, I I'm not perfect. So there's always something that I would need to give more attention to. So like I said, hopefully you guys will value that. Once again, if you have any questions or comments, slap them in the chat. I see right now we have 11 people watching. And so we got my boy Pipeline Podcast in here. He's in the house, in the building again. Yo, this is crazy. Why is this so small? Give me a second here. Let me see if I can make this bigger. Interesting. I haven't been in this app in a while. I'm trying to make the size a little bit bigger because it's tiny. Okay, well, the size is not, the font is not necessarily bigger. Let me see here. Give me 1 second. Sorry about that, guys. All right, maybe it doesn't matter. That definitely is not good. Oh, that's pretty cool, but not going to do that. Yeah, I don't know. Super interesting here. Let me. Ay. Anyway, I hope you guys are doing well. I really appreciate you guys for stopping by the live stream here. I don't know why the text is so small. I'm going to jump into the chat here in 1 second. I'm still trying to figure this out. Okay, size 27. Let's see. No, it doesn't look any bigger, really. But okay, whatever. That's fine. I guess that'll have to do for now. Very interesting. All right, whatever. I'll worry about it later. All right, so I'm jumping into the chat right now. See, we got my boy Pipeline Podcast. Says I got so many updates on my business and my card acquisitions. I got even bigger portfolio update on my M1 Finance account. All right, cool, man. I can't wait for you to share. I appreciate you, being consistent and jumping on here on these live streams and just being proactive with communicating to me. I know that you have been on both of the channels that I've done. And so I appreciate you, my man. We got Arno in the house. What's going on, bro? Thanks for stopping by. It's a pleasure to have you in the building again. He says, my dude, back again. Yes, sir. Then we have Mr. Patel. What's going on, my brother? Living in the West Side. Says, my brother, wow, it's been a minute. Glad to see you and hear from you. Likewise, my friend. Thank you so much. It's always a pleasure to have you in the building. And obviously, it's always good to see friendly faces, and all of you guys in here are OGs. So I appreciate that. We got Front Row Productions. Says, I just got my Amtrak Preferred MasterCard. If you spend $2,000 in the first 3 billing cycles, you get 30,000 points on Amtrak rewards. Pretty cool. I mean, that's what I like about the credit cards, is the fact that, like, as long as it makes sense to you and as long as there's value to the person that's applying for the card, that's freaking dope. I mean, I know I actually was driving Uber recently, and I was dropping off this lady to Emirates airline at the airport. And so she was flying to Dubai, and it was her first time. And she was talking about the fact that her company was going to pay for it. And I was like, what? Word? And so it was very interesting because the company was paying for it. And, she was flying business class. So I was like, okay. So it was kind of funny. She was getting to the airport super early. And I was like, yo, why are you getting to the airport so early? And she's like, oh, I'm going to go hang out in the lounge. And I'm like, yeah, that's right. Because they're going to escort her, to the airplane and all that good stuff. And so it's quite interesting because that made me kind of look into getting a card from Emirates, right? Of course, they have a $99 annual fee card, and there's another card I think that's $3.99 or $4.99, and I was like, I'm good, but once again, I think it's important for us to apply for cards that make sense for us and to us. So yeah, I mean, congratulations on that, man. That's freaking dope. Let's see. Yeah, I got to get in here and do some editing here on this. I don't like the way this looks. My little the freaking Jesus. The comments on here, I don't like the way it looks, and I can't figure it out, and it's getting on my nerves. But once again, if you guys have any questions or comments, slap them into the comment section. This is a live stream. Okay, we're getting a little bit closer to what I like. I guess this is probably okay. That'll do. We'll make that work. Sweet, man. I love this. I see some old schoolers popping up in the stream. We got Adrian in the house says, you see Uber, DoorDash, and other delivery apps need to pay their workers here in New York at $18 an hour. This is a win for those people. Absolutely. That's a win. First and foremost, just to have that, I guess, consistency. I know for me that Uber it's up and down, right? And so it's always interesting because, of course, it depends on how you look at it. I mean, I drive Uber because Uber works for me. And, I can kind of work when I want and don't work when I want. And that's insanely valuable. Now, when I need a little more stability, which is going to be, soonish, and I need to grow up and have like health insurance. Okay, don't get on me. Then I need to do something else because I'm going to need that. And I really do need to like take care of that sooner than later because I'm 45, not 25. So I definitely need to make sure that I take care of that. John, what's going on, my man? It's been a minute since I've seen you, obviously, since I've done a live stream as well, but I appreciate you stopping by, John. Always a pleasure to see you in the house. He says, it's good to see you back again. In fact, I was just thinking this morning that you haven't done a live stream in a while. No, these are facts. These are facts. And this is something that I am looking to clean up. And so the fact that I'm going to be doing different content on this channel will allow me the ability to, once again, talk about whatever I want. Like this morning, I actually ran 12 miles, like actually ran all 12 miles. And I've slowly been building. I've slowly been like out and doing a lot of walking and not really paying attention to the fact that like, yeah, I mean, okay, of course I was paying attention that I was walking quite a bit, but I didn't think anything about it, because like walking is really, really good for you. Like it's supposedly very good for you because the lower intensity exercise supposedly draws from fat and not from like carbs that we've eaten or your muscles, right? So there's this big buzz now about exercising in zone 2, and zone 2 just simply refers to your heart rate from here to there. And it's different for everybody based on their age. Based on my age, my zone 2 is 127 beats per minute to 139 beats per minute. So, which is good for me because like when I exercise, like I go hard and I feel good and I feel like, yo, I'm fine. Like today, for example, I'll share with you guys, like today, for example, when I did the 12 miles, there was a point when my heart rate was very, very high, and I want to get it down, but because I'm running the entire time, it's not going to come down unless I slow down, like so much so that basically I shouldn't be running. But my heart rate got up very, very high. So showing you zone 2 is not going to be a good example today, just because I was all over the place. But I just want to show you guys this so you can have an understanding of what I'm talking about. So you see my zone 2 is 127 beats per minute to 139 beats per minute. This is today, right? So this is, well, you guys can't see the date, but I'll show you. So this is today. I was in zone 3 for 50 minutes. I was in zone 4 for 45 minutes. I was in zone 5. I was above 164 beats per minute. I was in zone 5 for 30 minutes and 48 seconds. And just to show you guys, this is today. This is today, December the 4th. So you guys can see there at the top of the screen, December the 4th. And you can see it says distance 13 miles, 13.28, right? But I did run 12 miles, and I'll show you guys that here, where you can see my split. So you see mile number 1 was a 10:52 pace, and then you go all the way down to mile 12, and mile 12 was 12 minutes and 13 seconds. So I ran all of these miles here, as you guys can see, which is interesting. But yeah, I try to, once again, walking is really, really good. So I try to, I don't really have anything to prove, but I do like the fact that I'm learning and kind of peeling layers back. So I started walking, and it was like, okay, I walked 4 miles. Okay, I walked 6 miles. Okay, you know what? I'm going to jog a little bit, and I would jog, 1 mile straight, and then I'll jog 2 miles straight. And so it's interesting that, like, something that I started off pretty easy about, when I went to visit my mom in Connecticut, which was in October, because her birthday was in October. When I went to visit her, it was cold at the time. It was 48 degrees, and there's this like boardwalk, a lakefront situation there. And I was like, okay, I'm going to go run there. And I woke up one morning and it was 48 degrees, and 6 o'clock in the morning, I started to run. And I was like, am I going to be cold? Because I've never ran at 48 degree weather. But it was like the most perfect running environment because it's not hot, right? So on that day, I ran 7 miles straight. And then I stopped and walked from like 7 miles to 7.23. So almost 1 lap. The 0.23 is almost 1 lap. And then I started running again. And then I ran, because I'm a nerd, I ran to 10.25. So I almost ran 10 miles straight then. And I remember being blown away at the fact that, like, yo, I could have ran 10 miles straight. Once again, I don't have nothing to prove. Like, I'm not running fast. I'm just not stopping. And I think one of the cool things about doing something like that is the fact that the second wind is something that you never know when the second wind is coming. And the second wind does not exist if you stop too soon. It's not like you're going to go exercise and say, all right, 50 minutes in, after 50 minutes, I'm going to get that second wind and everything's going to be good. You never know. So, once again, it's very much like life in a way, because sometimes life has a beautiful way of allowing you to have the experience of the second wind. And so if you continue to push forward, and you continue to be positive, and you continue to take necessary and deliberate steps, you will find yourself in another good place. You might even find yourself at another peak in your life. That's one thing that I absolutely love about being here in the United States, is because there's too many ways for us to be successful. All right, jumping back into the chat here. Front Row Productions says, when I first started watching you, I had 1 card through Capital One. Now I have 14 credit cards and a credit score of 792. You gave me great advice in the beginning, and I appreciate it. Man, I appreciate you taking the time to type that up. I mean, it's certainly insanely rewarding, and I love the fact that people share this information because, of course, you know, there might be people that are affected in a positive way, but they don't share anything, and that's cool too. You know, I get it. People don't want to type anything. I totally get that. You know, I have been in live streams or whatever and not shared anything, you know, but I have received value from the video that I watched. So I appreciate you for taking that time to recognize the channel in such a public way. Appreciate you, man. And congratulations to you. Adrian says, what's going to happen with the other channel, Duane? Nothing. I'm not going to put any more videos on the other channel. I'm just going to put all my videos here. Just because, once again, I'm monetized in both places, but, you know, it doesn't hurt just to have them all on the same channel so that I'm not splitting my attention and my time. And I'll just see how it goes. I mean, at this point, I have nothing to lose, right? Because this channel, it's not like I'm getting a bunch of subscribers on this channel. I'm not even worried about subscribers, right? Which is huge for me. Part of that is how saturated this particular, you know, the credit card or finance space is. Obviously, there are a buttload of people doing videos and they have way more subscribers than I guess because they're way better than I. So I'm not worried about the subscribers. I just want to make it easy on myself. And, you know, if I could bring more content to this channel, just because I am putting all my eggs in this basket instead of spreading my eggs around, you know, if I could bring 3 videos a week to this channel instead of 1 video to each channel a week, that's going to be better because that's going to be more concentration on this particular channel. You know, easily I could get in my feelings and like, yo, I should have so many more subscribers and blah, blah, blah. It doesn't matter. You know, I have mentioned before that when you see something or hear something about somebody and the experiences they've had, it is irrelevant unless you're able to duplicate that for yourself. So you hear somebody, oh, you know, such and such got approved for $50,000 and they giving money away on this credit card. And then you go apply for it and you get approved for $8,000 and you're pissed. You're pissed about getting approved for $8,000 as if $8,000 is chump change. Right. So once again, it doesn't matter, you know, so I am at peace in regards to subscribers. And, you know, like there was a time when I was getting paid quite a bit of money for this channel. I was getting quite a bit of subscribers. But even if I gave that same effort today, I will not be able to duplicate what was happening then. OK, and that's OK. Like that's kind of the beauty in life. You know, when we're young, we might have a lot to prove. We might have a lot of energy. We might have a lot of confidence or overconfidence, arrogance, and there's a lot that you want to prove. And the older you get, you learn that like that's cool and it has its place, but it's not insanely valuable, right? I mean, you'll get that understanding after a while if life allows things and opportunities to teach you that. And if you want to learn or even see it as such, people don't want to see things a certain way because we're stuck on, you know, ourselves and we got to let everybody know that we're the man and so on and so forth. Pipeline says, I'm driving home right now. I can't type, but hopefully you can stay live until I get home. We shall see, my brother. Front Row Production says, that's like 1/3 a marathon. Yeah, it definitely, honestly, because there were days, I mean, I have days in my fitness app where I'm doing 12 miles, 14 miles, 16 miles. I did 18 miles one day. Now, I didn't run the 18 miles, right? But it's very interesting because as close as that is to being a marathon is just, it's a whole nother animal, and I think maybe if I'm in that environment and among runners, that maybe the energy will be different. Of course, I don't know anything about like nutrition, proper nutrition and hydration and all that stuff. Like, I know nothing about that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know that if I ate a bunch of carbs yesterday, that no matter what I do the next day, I'm going to have a great workout and I'm going to have hella energy. Right. But as far as like, taking care of nutrition as I'm running, right? That's a whole nother thing. These guys are taking in, electrolytes and whatever kind of, I don't know, they take in stuff as they're running a marathon, but it's definitely something that crossed my mind just because I'm like, what if, you know what I'm saying? And the truth of the matter is, I don't know that I'm insanely passionate about doing that. Of course, it would make sense for me to do a 5K, 10K, half a marathon, like start there, right? So like today, clearly I could have ran a half a marathon because I did 12 miles today. But, I'm not doing it at a super duper fast pace. And I'm not interested in doing that because the truth is I don't need my heart rate so high. You feel me? Like my heart rate needs to be low and chill because there's really no reason for it to be 160, 170. And when you run consistently, even today here in Houston, the weather was good. It was like in the 50s when I was running. I think maybe by the time I was done, it might have been 60 degrees. But I started at 7 o'clock this morning. It was in the 50s. So like it's decent running condition. But after a certain amount of miles, my heart rate was up. And every single time I noticed that it was up, I tried to back off so that it would get lower. But it never really got lower, even though I backed off, which is why my pace got longer and longer and longer because I was trying to bring my heart rate down. So I don't know, but I'm definitely it's definitely something to think about. Mr. Patel says, I've been well. I came a long way since the first video. That first video, I stumbled upon your channel back in 2018. Credit score is amazing now. Much is thanks to your videos from the early years of your channel. Oh man, no worries. I mean, yeah, it's pretty funny. Like, my credit score is good. And, it's just one of those things. It's like, I don't know. It's like a lot of things in life where it's a big deal until you accomplish it. And then when you've accomplished it for a while and you've been camping out for a while, it's not a big deal anymore. I mean, like my credit scores right now, I'll show you guys on Credit Karma. So I'm logging into my Credit Karma app real quick here, and I'll show you guys. So my credit scores are both above 800. Okay, no, we're not logging in. We're taking they gave me an error message just a while ago. By the way, still rocking that iPhone 12 Pro. You feel me? So my credit score right now on Credit Karma is this. Nothing special. 820 on TransUnion, 821 on Equifax, and it actually went down on one of them the other day. But I mean, I can't complain. You know what I mean? Like, it's just one of those things where obviously before you have an 800 credit score, it's like, oh my God, an 800 credit score. And then when you do, it's like, okay, like it kind of loses, its specialness per se. You're just one of those people with a 800 credit score, which is incredible. I rarely spend time smelling the roses and being appreciative of where I am, just because once you get to a certain level, if the level is here, and the ceiling becomes the new floor, and then you got to get up to the ceiling and exceed that ceiling, and that becomes the new floor as well. And honestly, that can be kind of tricky, because like if you're not careful, you'll find yourself never being satisfied. And so somewhere in all of that, you got to find a way to balance. And like I said, that one is tricky because in a way, sometimes there is no balance. For me personally, I love how like people will tell me that like, oh, I'm crazy, like with the exercise. Oh, you're crazy. You're this, you're that. And I'm like, no, you know what? I'm going to enjoy the fact that I'm still young and that life is good and that I have the energy to do these things. Right now at 45, 46 in 6 months. Right now, I am enjoying the fact that I can do these things. When I was 35, I wasn't out running 10 miles, right? And it might have been easier to do it, but I wasn't in that space. I wasn't walking a lot to even build up the stamina to do those things. And the thing is, like, I mean, I have days of doing a bunch of activities, you know what I'm saying? Days. So, you know, I started on December the 1st, like a little challenge to myself. And, you know, I basically have been doing quite a bit of miles. Let me see. Did I do some? I've been doing a lot. I mean, you got December the 1st. So you got me right there at 6 miles, 69. That's the first. This is the second, Saturday, 7 miles. All right. Then the third, this is Sunday, 9 miles and change. And then, of course, today, which is the 4th, well, it says 15 miles. That's overall, right? But I've been very, very active, and I'm grateful. So I'm gonna rock it out. You know what I mean? I'm gonna ride it. I'm gonna enjoy it. Speaking of riding it and enjoying it, please, if you have any comments, slap them into the comment section. Man, that was a good segue. Trent the Plug says, Duane, what's going on, man? Wishing you the best in 2024 in all things. Thank you, sir. Likewise, right back at you, my brother. I definitely need to have some written down plans for 2024. I'm really good at that type of stuff. I'm really good at like writing stuff down and like taking steps to accomplish it. For me personally, things that I never get bored with, finances. I never get bored with finances because it's just, it never gets old for me to watch my bank account grow. And it's interesting because everything has its peaks and valleys, right? So it's not like my finances are just doing this the whole time, right? But when I put my mind to something, and let's say I want to save, you know what I'm saying? Like, it never gets old. I'm never like, yo, I'm saving $100 a month. And like, man, I've been doing this for 10 years and it's so lame. No, it's never lame because it's a huge reminder that small things equal the big things. Small things are the big things. I mean, that's literally the reality. You know what I'm saying? You can't get the big things without taking care of the small things. I can't walk a mile without taking 5,000 steps, right? Or however many steps you got to take to get to a mile, right? You know, and that's incredible. And honestly, that's what was exciting for me when I started to walk a lot. I just valued the fact that I was doing something so small, right? Something so small. I'm going to keep taking steps. And it's not overwhelming to keep taking a step. And with all those steps collected, and you look up and you're like, yo, I did 4 miles. I mean, that's incredible. And so for me, I never get tired of finances. I don't think I'm going to get tired of my health. Right now, I'm in a really, really good spot. I haven't even stepped on the scale. I don't even know the last time I stepped on the scale, right? When I did, though, you know, the scale being a scale, you know, it told me some foolishness. I was like, watch this scale tell me you're still fat. Not fat, but you're still way more than you want, right? And I think it was like 209. And I'm like, what? 209? Like, yo, I look good. You know what I'm saying? Like, why is the scale saying 209? So right now I am nerding it out about trying to manipulate like my protein versus my carbs versus my fat. Now, I'm not doing a science project. I'm not like insanely, journaling and writing down everything that I'm doing, but I am paying more attention to, okay, if I want my food chart to have mostly proteins and then carbs and fat, I feel like it's easy to pay attention if I'm getting mostly protein throughout the day as I eat. And it's a hard task. And I'm doing that because I'm curious to see, you hear all these talk and you hear all these theories about what will happen to your body if you eat a certain way, or if you resistance train, or if you do only cardio. So I'm just kind of curious now because I'm healthy, I'm at a good weight, but I'm just curious to see what will happen if I try to pay attention to, protein, carbs, and fat as I eat. So that's kind of where I am. I mean, it's like a lot of things in life where you can accomplish on different levels. You know what I mean? Like playing T-ball is T-ball, and it's at that level. Okay. And then playing Little League is Little League, right? And then, of course, high school or middle school. Middle school is here, then high school is there, then college, and then the pros, right? So there are ways for you to accomplish at different levels, right? There's different levels of accomplishment different levels of accomplishment. So I think that's kind of neat. There's different levels of understanding. Once again, if you guys have any comments, throw them in the chat. Johnny Sevenfold says, good to see you again, bro. Thank you, Johnny Sevenfold. I appreciate you stopping by, my brother. It's a pleasure to see you as well. Adrian says, I want to be crazy with exercise in 2024. I think I waste a lot of time thinking about it. Yeah, but you know what? I mean, that's absolutely me, bro. You talk about wasting time. I probably spent 2 years when COVID happened back February 2020. I was good. I liked where I was. I don't remember what my body looks like. It probably was just a bunch of blob because I wasn't lifting any weights. But as far as like what the scale said and what my face looked like, I was digging it. Then COVID happened. And, in 2020, that might have been like my 6th, 7th, 8th time where I lost a lot of weight, gained weight, lost a lot of weight, gained weight, lost a lot of weight, gained weight. And so for me, I was always making jokes about it. I'd be like, yo, I'm starting on Monday, right? And like that was my thing. But like it's tricky when you've done something and accomplished something before. You always think I got it, and you always just kind of wait. I mean, a lot of the journey is spending time thinking about the things we want to do, right? I just cycle thoughts. We all do. It's just over and over again. We cycle thoughts and we don't take action. And it's easy, because there's no failure in not taking action. There's almost, I don't want to say no consequences, but you know what I mean, right? Like you don't have to be uncomfortable. You don't have to come out of your comfort zone. So it's easy. So we just kind of live in that place, and we do that for months, years sometimes, right? But I've just decided that, listen, I need to be proactive. I need to write my own story. I need to be the person that I want to be, the person that I see in my head that I never like live up to, right? And I may not be that person in every single way, but I definitely need to add another way, right? I need to, maybe if there's 10 things that I see myself, then maybe I can accomplish 8, right? And so it's interesting because, it takes deliberate energy. One of the things that I used to admire is like when I would see like maybe the way a man would talk to his woman, and interact with her. I would say, okay, you know what? Like, I want to be a better man. I want to be like this. We always kind of have people that we can look up to and say, oh, man, I respect this guy. He's very smart, or he's knowledgeable on this, and I want to be like that. It's one thing to say it, right? But then, like, taking the necessary steps. So don't beat yourself up for thinking about it, man. I mean, we all spend a lot of time thinking about, a perfect example would be, what if I never started this channel in March 2018, right? I cannot tell you guys, I was driving around on a forklift, one of them big forklifts, because I was working in a scaffold yard with steel and wood, and big forklift. And I remember driving that forklift, and because the forklift is loud, nobody's hearing me. and I would be practicing my intro to the channel, right? Saying my intro, practicing it because I wanted it to be natural, practicing it because I wanted it to be a habit and normal, right? And I remember doing that. Now, when I started the channel, I didn't know, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was absolutely scared, but all that happens when you do something is you fail. You might fail quickly and learn that didn't work. And of course, you can readjust and try again or try something else. Or you could totally quit and tuck your tail and never do that thing again, which is kind of lame, but I get it. We all have our things, and we're all not ready at the same time, and we're all not serious. But one of the things that I really love about the mindset stuff that I listen to is that, I'm not a victim. I am the author. I am the director in a way, right? As much as I can be an author and director in my life, that is me. I am writing the story, right? And I say I'm writing it in as much as we actually control our lives, right? We don't control our lives per se, but there is a high level of control, right? For example, things that are out of my control would be what the external world does, or what I experience by something that's not under my control, right? Like if I go outside and somebody stabbed me, I can't control if I'm going to get stabbed or getting into a car accident, but I can control the things that I can control, such as when my eyes open up. No control over that, but when my eyes open up, not because my alarm went off, but because there's life in my body, I can control the choices that I make throughout the day. Am I going to exercise today? Yes. Am I going to try to be positive today? Yes. Am I going to try to spread positivity? Yes. Am I going to try to make money today? Yes. I control those things just the same way you can control. Am I going to have good interactions with the people that I love? Yes. Am I going to have good interactions with strangers? Yes. Right? You control those things. And the thing is, if you think about life as like every day you do something or you are more the way you want to be, if you took a collection every single day, and let's say, okay, today you executed on the person you want to be, you can put a blue ball into a container. And every day you execute on the person you want to be, you just keep putting blue balls into the container. Now, of course, the days that you don't execute, you can put a red ball in the container. Okay. If you execute at being a better person, right, 85% of the time, when you close your eyes and reach into that container, more than likely you're going to get a blue ball versus a red ball because you have executed on becoming that better person that you want to be. And the same thing is true for health. The same thing is true for wealth. The same thing is true for our relationships. And you have to value that, and you have to pay attention to those things. By the way, have any comments, slap them into the comment section. Pipeline Popcast says, hey, Duane, I went to NYC for a week from October 21st to 28th, and we rented a Tesla Model 3 in New York, where I got to go more than whatever in world's amazing city. Didn't get to go to Wall Street. Okay, interesting. Next place on my bucket list, Japan. Wow, bro, if you get to go to Japan, that is dope. Man, that'd be cool. Did you enjoy driving the Tesla Model 3? Trent the Plug says, when you're setting a financial goal, what does the process look like? Are you the I'm not going home until I hit my daily goal? No. Okay. If I'm setting a goal, especially when it comes to driving Uber, I think the more you drive, the more you learn that like some days are just, you're not going to meet the goal. And so it's not advantageous or smart to, if my goal is $250 a day, which my goal driving Uber is $250 a day, the 50 is for gas, right? even though it doesn't cost $50 to fill up here in Houston, thank God, but $250 a day. I could be in my car and logged into the Uber app for 18 hours and still not make the $250, right? So I think for me, I've gotten smarter where as long as overall, if I make $12.50 for the week, I'm content with that. I'm content with that because the $250 takes care of my gas. And of course, people are like, well, is Uber worth it? Well, you get to have tax benefits in regards to the mileage that you put on your car, right? So it absolutely, for me, is worth it. And because of my schedule and the freedom and flexibility it gives me, it's absolutely worth it for me to drive Uber. So no, there's some days where, like last week was horrible. Last week was trash, and it just sucked. And then to make matters worse, I have a full tank of gas. My car was washed yesterday, clean. I didn't wash it, but So the car is clean and I'm like, Monday, let's go. I'm going to ball out, make that money today. And my alternator is probably gone out. So I didn't even get to drive today, which is why I had time to do a lot of exercising. Normally I stop and I exercise maybe 11 o'clock to 1 o'clock. 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. or 10 to 12 because it's slow at that time or whatever, right? I need a break. So that's normally what I do. But today that was not the case. So I got a wrench thrown in my thing, because I definitely need to work. And sometimes you can't meet the goal. And I don't kill myself about that. Pipeline Podcast says also my portfolio would rally 10% on a 13,000 balance or up to 1,500 in 1 month at 23 years old. What about your portfolio? My portfolio is insanely down overall still because I have been insanely risky and aggressive with my investment and it has not paid off. I am currently down like $40,000 on my Webull account, not on my Robinhood account. I'm currently down like $40,000, and on my Webull account, I think I'm down like $15,000. So no, it has not gone well for me, but that's because I have been aggressive with my investing instead of just like investing in VOO or VTI, because I know you're huge on VTI. It's Quasi. What's going on? Quasia. I'm sorry. It's Quasia says, yo, what's going on? Thanks for stopping by. I see you change your profile picture. Agent says, you see Duane Wells Fargo autographed, will transfer partners now is worth it. I saw some news today about it, but I didn't dig in greatly as far as details are concerned. I do have the, Custom Cash or Active Cash? Custom Cash is Citibank. I have the Active Cash card from Wells Fargo, and it's cool because it's 2% on everything. Basically, for me, the autograph card from Wells Fargo it's like the More Rewards card from Navy Federal, right? Because it kind of covers those categories. But maybe I'll have another look at it again. Pipeline says also that NYC trip, I used my Citi Custom Cash card with 8,000 limit for everyone's expenses paid on my card at 28 months, 0% APY. They send me the money. There you go. That's very, very smart, man. Absolutely smart. As a matter of fact, I was talking to one of my friends recently about applying for a credit card so they can do a balance transfer and, pay the 3%, but they're not going to pay any interest until, in 2025, which is like a steal, especially if, you get approved and you're getting offers to get credit cards. So that is really, really cool. Believe it or not, I'm about to go do some more walking tonight. I'm laughing because my cousin texted me saying that he was on his way. But definitely going to do some more walking tonight because he was like, yo, let's go walk. And of course, I'm only going to walk. So that's the good news. And then tomorrow morning, I will wake up and do some running. I did do a challenge. I did challenge myself to run 2 miles every day for 10 days. It was going to be longer than 10 days, but I said, you know what? I'm going to only do 10, give myself the opportunity to be successful. I may make it longer next month, or I may do more than 2 miles a day, but I want to run 2 miles a day and nothing approved. Just, take it easy. Just set a small goal for myself and execute and set myself up for success. That's one of the things that we should be more active about is, we don't need to make like these big goals. We just need to set ourselves up for success and then try our best to execute, as far as I'm concerned, no excuses, like literally no excuses. Today was a perfect day because I didn't have my car. I couldn't get to the gym. Definitely wasn't taking an Uber to the gym. Like, I need to save my Uber money, right? So it's like, I guess I'm going to walk it out. I'm going to have to walk to the park type of thing, right? And so today would have been an easy day not to execute. And trust me, I was not happy. I wanted to wake up super early because I like to exercise before the sun is beaming. Thank goodness we have decent weather here in Houston. So I, started around 7, which I really wanted to start at 6. I had my alarm set for 5:30. And I was like, eventually I'll start around 6. And it's completely dark here. But sometimes it's good to start early. I've started as early as 4, doing some walking and whatnot. And it's cool because like it's quiet. It's still. And I don't know, when you start your day early, it's just like insanely awesome. And, like it's just peaceful and you feel like you get a lot done because you do. Because if you started at 5 and you do something for 2-3 hours, it's only 8 o'clock. You feel me? And so I'm excited. I did a video today. I actually did a couple of videos today. And so I will edit that video and hopefully get it out to you guys tomorrow. And then, of course, tomorrow I'll do another video and hopefully edit that and get it out some other time. But I do have videos coming out, so bear with me. Definitely, there is content coming. And so I'm very, very excited about that. Hopefully you guys will be along for the ride and, share this channel, share the videos that speaks to you. I just want to encourage you guys. Listen, we only have one life. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's cliche. We've all heard it, but it's the truth. And no one is more in control or responsible for my success or for my life going the way that I want it to go. Now, that doesn't mean that my life has to be perfect for me to consider it a success, right? Because my life is not, and my life will not, but it's still highly a success. And when I tell you, I never take the time to pay attention and say, oh, I've come such a long way. And that's the reality. I have come such a long way and I'm insanely fortunate. But I want more and I want to continue to strive, continue to strive for excellence, a continual pursuit of excellence, to be honest with you. Let me jump into the Chizat here. Trent the Plug says, are you invested in crypto at all? What's your thoughts on that? No, I got a little bit of freaking Dogecoin. I mean, now that it's gone up, I should have held some of what I sold, but such is life, man. That's how it is. It's Quasia says, yes, realistic, reachable goals. Absolutely. We got Josh. What's going on, my man? Josh says, hey, Big D, excited to see the channel revamp, or should saying expanding all the things we love about you. Yeah, man, listen, it's very, very interesting because like it was such a hard decision. And Adrian mentioned earlier the fact that he spends time thinking about getting started on certain things. And I cannot tell you how, in a way, it's one of the beautiful things about life, right? Because everything kind of starts as a small thought, right? Just like this channel, I was like, I think I have something to say. I think I can share and provide value. I'm going to start the channel, right? And so the same thing is true. I'm saying to myself, well, what if I just do all the things on the one channel? Like, people say you shouldn't do this, but of course you have people that are highly successful on YouTube and they talk about whatever the F they want. But everyone's like, oh, you need to talk about just one topic per channel, blah, blah, blah. And there's value in that. But I said, you know what? It doesn't really matter, because I stopped worrying about the growth of this channel and how much videos I'm making, because like, I've been doing this for 5 years, and while other people make it look easy, and it may be easy to them, it's work, so I don't ever want to just be throwing out content to be throwing content out. I do want always to provide quality, because that's how I am. And, especially in regards to this, I'm not always about perfection in every aspect of my life, but, I try to put out quality. Josh says, looking forward to everything you have planned. Hope everything is well, and happy 98th birthday to your grandma. Josh, I appreciate that, my man. When I tell you, man, I love that lady. I mean, we had our little Zoom call, and I recorded a lot of the Zoom call. I recorded 41 minutes of the Zoom call. 41 minutes of the Zoom call. That's how much I value, and that's how much family means to me. So I appreciate you taking the time to mention that. Appreciate you, man. His Quaja says, YOLO. Pipeline Podcast says, Duane, good question. Did you see Goldman Sachs leaving Apple because of the losses on the Apple Card? I pray that Apple doesn't get rid of it and they find a good issuer like Amex. Yeah, I definitely saw that. And what's interesting is even if something happens freaky, I think the Apple Card is here to stay, right? Because that's how they have us hooked, right? Pay this amount for 12 months, pay this amount for 24 months. Right now, I could justify getting a new computer because it's time. And, eventually I could do 4K videos. I could eventually upgrade my camera. But the truth of the matter is those things aren't going to make me more money or more successful, right? Like, it's not a necessity. And that's kind of how I like to operate. That's why I'm grateful for my upbringing and the things that I was exposed to in the first 9 years of being in Jamaica. Of course, I was still exposed to some of the same things once I came to Houston, but I don't buy stuff because I can buy it. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's kind of lame. Like, I have my iPhone 12 Pro Max, right? And they have the iPhone 15 out. I mean, my phone is still good. You feel me? So before the iPhone 12, I had the iPhone 10. Before the 10, I had the 6S, right? So yeah, definitely I'm chilling on that. But I think they'll figure it out. Get Business Credit says, I think it depends on the personality of each as well. And you have a wide range of topics and life things that people would like to hear. Hopefully, man, I'm hoping. I think one of the cool things about the channel is the fact that, or YouTube or life in general, is that you're going to win by being consistent. And I'm going to win by being consistent. Whether it's on a huge scale or a smaller scale, I'm going to win by being consistent. And that's just what it is. And I'll just, enjoy my little small piece of the pie. Hopefully I'll affect people in a positive way and people will find value. And that's all I can ask for, right? I mean, that's it. Tara, what's going on, girl? Says, good evening, everyone. Tara, it's a pleasure to see you. Thank you so much for stopping by. Josh says, nice, man, for sure. We'll catch up soon. Keep being yourself as always. You already know it, man. I appreciate you. By the way, Josh, that is a clean profile picture, my man. Professional, clean background, all that good stuff. It's a pleasure to see you. Thank you so much for stopping by. Thank you for commenting in the live stream, and thank you for the happy birthday wish in regards to my grandma. That lady is my absolute everything. She is a superhero. So I appreciate you. I'm going to get up out of here because my cousin did text me telling me he was on his way. So I'm going to get up on out of here. I'm going to go ahead and be a good support to him. We're going to do 4 miles. He was like, we're going to go around twice. So that's like 4 miles. So we're going to do a little 4 miles, and it's 8 o'clock here in Houston. I should be up tomorrow morning, 6:37. or so, doing some more miles on my own. But tomorrow I'm not gonna go as hard. I might do like 6, maybe 8. We'll see how I feel. But I won't be running the whole thing. I'm just gonna be chilling, I think. We'll see how I feel. But either way, I'm gonna share that information with you guys. Agent says, I have the XS Max. I want to change it, but I think I can wait 1 more year. Yeah, I don't know, man. My Apple Watch is, what is this? This is Series 5, and I think they're on Series 9 right now. But we can always justify the things we want to justify. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I really wanted the computer, which I actually do, but like, me, I got to be extra. I got to get the one that's like 3,500, 4,000. Like, I don't want to spend $4,000 on a computer. Like, that's ridiculous, right? And they have it where, you can spend, $335 or $400 a month for the next 12 months, and that's manageable. But at the same time, I just don't want to do it. I definitely don't want to take 4 G's to buy a computer. I'm sure I can find it somewhere. I'm sure I can work hard enough to get it. I'm sure I could save $400 a month for 10 months, but I still won't want to let off the 4 G's. But that's just how I am. And somebody could donate though. You feel me? Josh says, have a good night, bro. Till next time. Yeah, man. Respect, man. Thank you so much, Josh. You have a good night as well, my brother. All right, you guys, I'm going to wrap it up right there only because I got to go meet my cousin. I hope that I'll see you guys in future videos. I hope that you'll continue to support the channel and support me on this new journey that will be Duane TV. I couldn't come up with a cool name just because I couldn't, just like, I don't know. Like, at the end of the day, does the name really matter? No. Do a lot of things in life matter? At the end of the day, no. Right? Because we are literally a raindrop in the thunderstorm. A raindrop in the thunderstorm. Think about that. 1 raindrop in the thunderstorm. That's how insignificant our lives are. Man, that's deep, but it's true. Because 100 years after I'm gone, 150 years after I'm gone, nobody will remember me. Nobody's going to be talking about me. You know what I'm saying? So in a way, that kind of takes the pressure off. In a way, it's like saying nothing matters. So go for it. Go for it. Who cares? Nothing matters, man. Valora says, Duane, what's good, bro? Hey, man, you didn't hit me back, my brother. You didn't hit me back. I'm good now. I'm good, though. I'm about to get up out of here. So anyway, I hope you guys have a good day, a good week. There will be more content coming this week for sure. So look out for that. And I will be doing more live streams as well. So anyway, I hope you guys have an incredible day, have an incredible week, have an incredible night. I'm going to see you guys in the next video. All right. Once again, my name is Duane with Duane TV, and I approve this video. All right. I'll see you guys in the next one. Until next time, take care and be blessed. Peace.